makes me feel old. I just got a mammogram for the first time. Woo. Sir, you know what that's like. I know, really fun. If you don't know, I didn't know I was already the age where I would need to have to pay a stranger to touch my boobs. So hard. If you've never had one, it's where a stranger takes your breast and tries to juice it, pretty much. I have a problem with any women's healthcare procedure that follows the same process as getting milk from an almond. Which is how they get almond milk. They take an almond, they put it between two plates, and they say, hold still, don't breathe. Don't want you to worry about me. I don't have any milk. But the doctor did tell me nice jugs. Which is pretty positive results. Because these have never been described as jugs. At best, they're like the little cartons of milk you got in elementary school lunch. Because if you look at them from the side, it says missing. All right, I'm so glad we're all born before 1990. Thank you. Oh my God. Healthcare is hard these days. I was just lucky to get any exam. Healthcare is like, has anyone been to an urgent care recently? An urgent care is like the only restaurant you could be kept waiting for 4 hours, and when the waiter arrives, still have to be like, thank you so much for seeing me. You can't get fussy when they're short-handed. Be like, I'd like some water. They're like, we're so sorry, miss. The last customer just died on the table. We gotta be grateful. My current healthcare plan is just, freak out. Actually, what I do is I go on planes and I wait till we're about 7,000 feet and I go, is there a gynecologist on board? That's how I get all my exams tricked in there. My sister is so lucky, she just got an emotional support dog. I know! She's like, you should get one. I'm like, my building doesn't allow pets. She's like, neither does mine. I think emotional support dogs are being abused. I think the whole program, I think they're being abused. I think they're being abused. You take a dog out of the safe, happy shelter and give it to a person who can't even care for themselves. Hey, Fido, meet John. He hasn't fed himself in a week. Good luck. I think we should take all the people who need emotional support dogs and put them in a no-kill shelter. Like, I hate when I see a dog on a plane because it clearly doesn't want to be there. The human drags them on and I feel so badly. Like, thankfully TSA is starting to add some limits. What really did it wasn't even the dogs. There were like birds getting let on as emotional support birds. And they're like, we gotta shut this down. I'm like, at least birds were made for flight. Dogs are just on the most hellish car ride of their lives. Hey buddy, you wanna go on a ride where the windows never come down? Man, I just feel bad for them. They're being taken places they don't want to go. The other day I saw one at a Fish concert. I was like, poor guy. I've been there, buddy. Some of you don't know what Fish is, because I know you'd have a real reaction. I do struggle with depression, but I try to cover it up. I wore pants today. Thank you. Mostly it's a safety issue, because like if I had my way, I would wear my same sweatpants every day. But then I realized that if anyone ever were to find me go missing and look at like security footage, detectives would be like, well, based on what she was wearing, she could have gone missing anytime between June 4th and October. Safety issue. We all gotta try our best. I just find it funny that it's gotten so normal to have mental health issues because of the crazy world around us. We don't even blink at it. It used to be like, oh, how are things? And if you said, not so good, I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Now I'm like, how are things? You're like, not so good. I'm like, oh, yeah. What should we get for lunch? It is depressing, and there's a lot to be depressed about, and I'm going to talk about it at a comedy show. I'm depressed getting older, mostly because I'm finding out how much cooler teenagers are than I ever was. Yeah. My boyfriends, nieces, and nephews are teenagers. They're so sexually savvy. It's crazy. They love to brag to me about all the things they're trying out. They're like, Maxi, I finally did it in the back of a car. Maxi, I finally tried anal. I'm like, I don't want to hear that you've done more than I have. Sometimes I'll be at a show and afterwards some older person will be like, you really shouldn't say that. It's not very child friendly to be talking about that sexual stuff. I'm like, where do you think I learned this shit? I found out there's a trend on TikTok called vabbing, where teenage girls are taking themselves, good that you didn't tell him, taking themselves and dabbing it on like perfume. Oh. Yes! My friend Rachel told me about it. She was like, ew, gross. He wants to smell like a dead, rotten, smelling fish. I was like, you should get that checked out, Rachel. I just don't think they need the extra help. 14-year-olds don't need pheromones to attract weird old guys. But I do, so I bought 2 bottles of Jessica. Sad. I was never that popular in high school. I was sad because I was a loser, I was weird, and my mom used to try to make me feel better. She's like, don't worry that you're not one of the pretty popular girls. Don't worry, Maxie. Those popular girls are going to end up pregnant. Those popular girls are going to end up knocked up. Those popular girls are going to end up with 3 kids by the time they're 25. And even at that age, I could tell it was a little troubling how much she hated kids. I was like, do you hate popular girls or do you hate us? It's a very awkward way to find out my mom was popular in high school. Oh, I had such small boobs. I was waiting for my boobs to come in at the same time as my Hogwarts letter. Anyone in that generation? Which means an entire generation of parents had to sit their girls down and be like, look, honey, I'm so sorry. If it hasn't happened by now, you're still going to have to learn math. Which is pretty disappointing that at age 16, I'm learning the same thing as a guy with a small dick. I'm like, well, I guess the only thing we're going to grow now before graduation is a personality. It's sad. I think... I love you guys. It's just so great to be on stage. It makes me hate customer service though, because I go into Victoria's Secret and I'm so bashful that I don't want them to measure me, because I don't want them to make fun of me. But then one finally insists on measuring me and she sees that I've got so much space in my bra. She's like, oh my God, who measured you last? Oh, there's not supposed to be so much space in here. It's half empty. I'm like, I really like to think of it more as half full. I'm an optimist. Maybe I'll grow into it. I don't want you guys leaving here with the wrong impression. I love my little boobies. I love them. I love them. They got personality. My boyfriend actually describes them the same way that he describes me. He's like, they're a handful. Thanks, you guys. I'm Maxi Witrak. Have a good night. Good luck, girls.